Good, happy Saturday morning, December 5th, 2020. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Saturday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Saturday morning, so let's begin. First up, we're going to begin with COVID-19 updates. More than 700 new COVID-19 cases announced for this week. 8 deaths reported. More than 23,000 known coronavirus cases have been confirmed since the pandemic began. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Fall home improvement season is taking off at Bell-Tate's Building Supply. From building materials to tools, paints, and everything else you need, we'll make fall home improvements a breeze. Shop online at belltates.com. Visit one of our 9 locations or place your order via phone or email.
New numbers on COVID-19 cases in right now from DHHS. There are 8 new deaths to report tonight. The total, now 552 people who have died from COVID-19. There are 521 new cases to report this evening, along with several dozen other tests delayed from earlier in the week. Total cases now standing at 23,690. There are 159 people in the hospital.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. New Hampshire COVID-19 updates. New information and data. Let's take a look at that right now. And here is a look at that information for all of you right now. There are 23,690 number of people in New Hampshire have tested positive for COVID-19. 14,337,640 number of people in the United States have tested positive. 552 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire. 844 number of people have been hospitalized with COVID-19 in New Hampshire. And 278,594 number of deaths from COVID-19 in the United States. And now let's take a look at this map of New Hampshire where current cases of COVID-19 are. Manchester, 767. Let's take a look at this map of New Hampshire where total cases of COVID-19 are. Manchester, 4309. And let's take a look at these 3 chats here. Let's start with the first chat here. New cases each day in New Hampshire in the purple. Daily new positive COVID-19 cases. Orange, new hospitalization. And red, deaths. And let's take a look at this chat here. Current cases in the purple. Total current COVID-19 cases. Orange, current hospitalization. Let's take a look at this chat here. Total cases in the purple. Total positive COVID-19 cases. Orange, total hospitalization. Red, deaths. And blue, recovered. Let's take a look at this chat here. Positive PCR test rate. And daily PCR tests. And let's take a look at this chat here. Age group of cases. Female and male of cases. And risk information. And let's take a look at this chart here. Infections, hospitalizations, and deaths. Let's take a look at this chart here. Deaths, percent of New Hampshire population, race/ethnicity of cases, and hospitalizations. And a reminder of your common symptoms. Fever, lack of smell, cough, chills, difficult breathing, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. How it spreads. And prevention tips. And be sure to stay with the Riley King Network for the latest of your COVID-19 information. Utilities prepare to respond to any outages during Saturday storm. Crews to adhere to COVID-19 protocols while working to restore any lost service. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Jessica Moran.
Chapel Tractor has been in our family since 1955, when great-grandfather Curly and our grandfather George decided
We're expecting a lot of heavy, wet snow in the southeastern part of the state.
That has the potential for a tree to come over and create downed wires. If you see downed wires, stay away, don't approach those. Always assume they're alive and call 911.
Restoring power during a pandemic. That is the challenge utility crews are preparing to face this weekend as New Hampshire braces for the first statewide winter storm of the season. Both Eversource and Unitil say they're bringing in extra crews to help, all while adhering to COVID-19 guidelines.
We bolstered our third-party crews, number one, to make sure we had them if we needed mutual aid. Number two, we wanted to have additional crews on system in the event people get sick.
We have crews coming down from Canada, so any crews from out of state are required to submit a questionnaire to ensure that they don't have any symptoms of COVID and haven't been exposed to anyone with the virus.
Eversource says crews are taking separate vehicles, while Unitil says their crews have that option, or they can travel together while wearing masks. During the pandemic, Eversource is asking its customers, if you see a crew in your area and have questions, do not approach the workers and call the company instead.
We love seeing our customers in the field and we like to answer their questions in person, but because we are adhering to those social distancing requirements, please give us a call.
And power companies are reminding everyone to go ahead and charge your electronic devices. Make sure you have fresh batteries for your flashlights. And if you are using a generator, make sure it works in a safe area. Reporting live, Jessica Moran, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. New Hampshire DOT crews prepare for weekend storm. Drivers asked to stay off roads Saturday if they can. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Siobhan Lopez.
Fall home improvement season is taking off at Beltate's Building Supply. From building materials to tools, paints, and everything else you need, we'll make fall home improvements a breeze. Shop online at beltates.com. Visit one of our 9 locations or place your order via phone or email.
Preparations began Friday as state plow drivers get ready for a weekend snowstorm.
This one's starting, it looks like, as rain. And so rather than shifting from brining to salting, we're going to be just straight salting. It's supposed to be a pretty heavy, wet snow.
Along with dangerous weather conditions, New Hampshire DOT is also having to plan for the possibility of COVID-19 making its way into its facilities. New health and safety protocols are in place, and they're also working with partners in public health to take a look at the potential impacts on their workforce if people get sick or need to quarantine.
We've also partnered with municipalities, our Public Works Association network, to really look storm by storm, depending on if we have COVID impacts, how we can realign resources to support public safety on the roadway.
Officials say people should plan to stay home.
For those people who do have to travel, there are a lot of folks out there who do have to get to work. Give yourself plenty of time. Drive for conditions, so take it slow.
Drivers should also remember to give plow drivers plenty of space to safely clear the roads.
The first storm of the season is always kind of a learning curve for everybody again, and getting their winter legs back under them. So we just hope that everyone takes it nice and easy out there.
Officials say they believe they do have the coverage needed to handle this storm. Reporting in Bedford, Siobhan Lopez, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. One person injured in a fire at a Goffstown home. Fire brought under control after nearly 2.5 hours. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Season is taking off at Beltate's Building Supply. From building materials to tools, paints, and everything else you need, we'll make fall home improvements a breeze. Shop online at beltates.com. Visit one of our 9 locations or place your order via phone or email.
One person is recovering from burns after a home in Goffstown caught fire. It was reported around 3:15 on Terrell Hill Road and took nearly 2.5 hours to bring under control. There are no hydrants in the area, so tankers had to shuttle in water. Crews from as far away as Concord and Londonderry responding to help. One person was home at the time and was taken to the hospital because of burn.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Demand for testing high in New Hampshire as post-Thanksgiving COVID-19 surge continues. Doctors say state's testing supply standing strong so far. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Tim Callery.
Fall home improvement season is taking off at Beltate's Building Supply. From building materials to tools, paints, and everything else you need, we'll make fall home improvements a breeze. Shop online at beltates.com. Visit one of our 9 locations or place your order via phone or email.
Today, the New Hampshire National Guard announced it has collected its 100,000th COVID-19 test in what the Guard describes as an unprecedented activation.
It's a huge milestone. It represents a ton of hard work by men and women, soldiers and airmen.
The Guard has 56 soldiers and airmen between 2 fixed sites and its mobile mission. Over the last 3 weeks, they've conducted more than 13,000 tests.
In essence, this has been a first for all of us in terms of fighting this kind of enemy.
And the fight is not over.
I don't know that we've hit the peak yet for the cases that are coming to us from the Thanksgiving holiday weekend.
Which means New Hampshire's surge in COVID-19 cases will continue, says Dr. James Martin, medical director at St. Joseph Hospital's Milford Medical Center.
The rest of this week and into the coming week, I'm concerned that that's what's going to happen.
Dr. Martin says his clinic has been turning nearly 24 COVID-19 tests a day. Before the Thanksgiving holiday, there were only a handful.
People that traveled and now are coming in as patients and who had exposure from travel.
Dr. Martin says local hospitals and testing sites are preparing for more tests as we move through the holiday season.
We are trying to increase our services along those lines to accommodate all the extra testing.
And now Dr. Martin says if you traveled for the holiday or even if you just gathered with people outside of your household, you should assume you've been exposed to COVID-19. Reporting live tonight, I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. New Hampshire infectious disease expert outlined ways to contain COVID-19 spread before the vaccine. Doctors urge folks to take isolation and quarantine seriously. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Kristen Carosa.
Fall home improvement season is taking off at Beltate's Building Supply. From building materials to tools, paints, and everything else you need, we'll make fall home improvements a breeze. Shop online at beltates.com. Visit one of our 9 locations or place your order via phone or email.
As cases of COVID-19 continue to surge, Dr. Michael Calderwood says his concerns are going up.
At one point, you did 100 tests and you were having 1 to 2 people have a positive test. That's now up to 7 to 8 in their areas in the state where it's up to 11 to 12.
He says the rise in cases is partly due to Thanksgiving travel and holiday gatherings.
The best way to contain the spread right now is actually to have people monitoring their symptoms and taking both isolation and quarantine very seriously.
As we move forward, he's asking people to start to think about how to safely get through the winter months, especially for those who are over the age of 65 and with underlying health conditions.
It's going to be riskier to do certain things like going to a restaurant or going to activities that are indoors.
He says people need to continue to maintain social distancing, wear a mask, and practice good hand hygiene.
It really is masks when you are going to gather, have good ventilation, and then in addition to that, shorten the duration.
Precautions that will be important as we wait for a vaccine.
Well, we are hearing numbers of 90 and 95% efficacy. There are people that got the vaccine who still became sick. They were less likely to get severely ill, less likely to end up in a hospital.
Dr. Calderwood says it's essential that everyone consider taking it.
It really is important that not just one individual gets vaccinated, but that we really get up to that, 70% of the population. I mean, this is a Herculean effort, but the numbers that are being suggested say that we could be there by next summer.
Kristen Carosa, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. How to help the 2020 Spirit of Giving Toy Drive. The 2020 Spirit of Giving Toy Drive is virtual this year and is underway right now. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
Fall home improvement season is taking off at Beltate's Building Supply. From building materials to tools, paints, and everything else you need, we'll make fall home improvements a breeze. Shop online at beltates.com. Visit one of our 9 locations or place your order via phone or email.
Today is officially the big day. We are kicking off our Spirit of Giving Toy Drive, but even though today is the start, the generosity from Granite Staters has already been pouring in. Just take a look at all of these bicycles that people have already donated. It's just incredible. And as we all know, this has been a year really unlike any other. COVID has taken a toll on industries and on families, and the need for toys to brighten the holidays for kids is greater than ever before. So here's how you can help. You can head to WMUR.com/toys2020, and there you'll find links to our Amazon and Walmart wish lists online. You could shop from the convenience of your couch and be COVID safe, all while helping kids across New Hampshire. Pick out anything there you like. It gets shipped to this warehouse where it's sorted and eventually distributed to happy kids. You can also drop off new and unwrapped toys at Foss Motors in Exeter. Let's make this a Christmas to remember for kids.
I can't even express to you my heart about the children being in and out of school, being in difficult situations at home because they're forced to be home more, missing sports, missing so many things that they're used to. This is going to help in a small way to make their Christmas a lot brighter.
We're at the table here for girls 10 to 12. This is one of the age groups where there is a little bit more need. We've got some great ideas for you, craft kits, activity sets, some coloring books. There's lots of ideas on our website, WMUR.com. Thank you so much for giving. In Manchester, I'm Charisse LeClaire, WMUR News 9.
All right, Charisse, thank you. Again, the age groups most in need of gifts are newborns through 2 years old and ages 10 and up. To access our wish lists and for more information about the toy drive, which is underway now, go to WMUR.com or our free mobile app as well.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that is it for this Saturday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Have a great rest of your Saturday, everyone. I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.